Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today I'm bringing you quite a few little replays, most of them in new tanks. I have finished 2 Cold War lines. One I kind of went up halfway through and then used free XP. That was for the Abrams line, mainly because the tanks were good, but they were all pretty samey, and I also kind of realised that the Abrams seemed like you're good, but kind of very similar to the Challenger 2 in a lot of ways, which I already got, so I thought, let's just free XP it. I finally dragged my way to the fully upgraded BMP 3, and you know what? It's pretty decent. Is it worth it? No. Getting up to the fully upgraded tank is just painful. The same with the BMP 2, and the whole line is pretty bad until you got the fully upgraded BMP 2 and fully upgraded BMP 3. So I didn't really enjoy the grind. Honestly, I think I would have preferred to use my free XP to grind all the way up to this line if I knew exactly how bad it was going to be. But, you know, there you go. Especially now considering there is the new German light line. The top tank in that just seems a lot better than BMP3. It's got the same kind of minigun and missile launcher. The missile launcher is a little bit more restricted, I believe, but the minigun is just so much better in this. Even with just using premium, you struggle to pen anything, even on the side, whereas the new German top tank, it can pen pretty damn easily on the sides, just outclassing this one by quite a bit. So yeah, kind of a shame about that. But the main reason was just to fill out my tank collection. BMP3, the BMP2 and the BMP3 tanks you kind of hear the name of quite often, so I kind of just wanted these kind of notorious tanks in my collection. Yeah, I let him ram me because he killed himself, but you know. And yeah, so completed those 2 lines. Yeah, the new German tank line is, well, is your typical light tank in Cold War. They got ATGMs up the UHA. 2 of their line use ATMs, and this tank is the OP. I've actually hit it where I could actually sort of pen it. As you can see, it wasn't like a full pen. I managed to do some actual splash damage and track it at the same time. It's luckily someone else was there to be able to take it out, else we would be well, dead, because those things are very OP tanks, because they're premium. As you can see, not really doing much against this tank. Even in its rear, I'm doing very little. And that's what I'm doing, is just chasing up its rear. I'm bouncing a few, actually penning a few, but we're doing obviously very little damage. This is one of my more better games in this thing. As you can see, we've done it's about 6,500 combined, and honestly, it doesn't seem to. I don't know if I'm just getting myself in the wrong positions and stuff. It doesn't. I'm not really getting much damage, or spotting damage from this tank. As you can see, just hitting at the front, just bouncing every shot. Missiles is the way to go in this thing if you want to do any kind of damage. So we're going to push and try to kill this last TD, and I believe it's a weasel toe. I could be wrong, but yeah, another broken tank in the game. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of pop in right there, just because the tank's going so fast to get to 85. The rendering isn't that good, and there it is. It's on full health. actually might be able to pen. Well, you bounced a few shots because obviously it's the Weasel Toe. You bounced a fair few shots on this thing, even though it's got basically no armor to speak of. Now, I have been debating whether to get. As you can see, I'm bouncing. I am bouncing like a lot on this thing, and I bounce in my main battle tanks against this thing sometimes. It's absolute nonsense. This tank is so broken. Wargaming seriously need to do something to balance this thing, but they refuse to because obviously it gets them a lot of money. So why balance the game? Now, obviously, we all know this is just such a stupid way of thinking. It's like, well, these tanks make us a lot of money, so why would we fix them? But you're going to put people off the game. Quite honestly, if you have game after game after game where you've got broken tanks in the game that are just making the game unfun to play, then these people are just going to go, right, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm going to play, as you see, first class. I think this might be one of my first classes in this tank. As you can see, maybe I wasn't fully upgraded in that one. But yeah. So they're going to lose money from the fact these people are not going to be playing the game. But like I said, they don't really, I don't think they see it like that. They just see that instant cash come in, and that's that for them. And yes, unfortunately, the new German lights are just ATGM heavy. The last two tanks in the line have ATGMs. One is purely ATGMs. It has a double shot ATGM. Don't worry obviously worry because it's an ATGM, but its interclip reload is like 11 seconds, so you're not going to be like getting hit once and then 2 seconds later getting hit again. But it's not too far from that. If you're in a city map, it could hit you and then go around the block and come back and do it again. So you do have to be careful from that. But it isn't as small as the Weasel Toe. It's a pretty long boy. So you should be able to at least get a hit on it in revenge for it hitting you for over 1,000 damage. But yeah, it's just not something. It's just not something that I want to see any more of in the game. Is missile tanks. Just makes the game pretty boring. I mean, here I am in the M1A2. Finally got it. I did have to play some games to fully upgrade it, so this probably isn't fully upgraded. But this is kind of an average game. I'm doing pretty well at it, but then it is. I tracked it there, hoping someone would actually do some damage to it, but no, it just managed to damage me instead. So it got some free damage on me, and I got nothing out of that. And that's why I kind of give up doing many tracking shots these days, because the repair, reusable repair system is in place, so they quite often just repair before anybody does any damage to them. Rather annoying, but what can you do? But yeah, I don't really want to see any more missile tanks in the game. It's just getting hit for most of your health. The thing is, it's like you play your main battle tanks properly. You're like using ridge lines. You're side scraping. You're trying to get around the sides of people. You're trying to hit weak points, and then just some YOLO wagon comes hurtling around the corner, hits you in the side for over 1,000 damage, and you try to hit it and miss most of your shots, and he gets away scot-free, and then it happens like 2 seconds later by another tank doing the same. It just doesn't make the game all that interesting to me, to be honest. There's no strategy involved. It's just we YOLO in because we can just pop smoke or just drive really fast, and they can't. The main battle tanks can't hit us. and yeah, we can do them for over 1,000 damage each time. And unfortunately, that wasn't so bad at the beginning, but now we're just getting more and more missile tanks, and it's just happening all the time. And now, like I said, this is kind of an average game I'm getting in this tank, so it is. And we didn't even come in the top 3 in that game, and it was only 3rd class. We came 7th in that. Can you believe that? With 7,000 damage. Yes, okay, we are top tier in this, so 7,000 damage is not the most stunning result, but it's still pretty decent, right? 7,000 damage is not too bad, not too shabby. I would have thought at least a 2nd class, but apparently people are having some very good games in this thing. So yeah, we're pushing up. This is the new map. I am kind of I'm not sure what to think about this new map, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just haven't had quite enough games to really get to grips with it. It's got a bit of everything. I think it's got some very brawly areas. It's got the city area. It's got these kind of like very kind of tunnely areas, and you got a couple of open areas like the beach. Everyone seems to be going for the beach at the moment. Not sure why. I guess in Cold War, people are just driving so fast, they just like to have that open space to roam. Sorry, I've just unfortunately hit into the back of this guy. Very unfortunate. Hopefully I haven't taken too much damage, but feel a little bit guilty there. I wasn't doing particularly good driving in this game, I must admit. So yeah, we're in the same tank again. I was trying to fully upgrade it, and that is another thing I don't like about Cold War. You know, World War II, you're like, all right, you got 9 painful grinds to fully upgrade your tanks, and then when you get to tier 10, there you go, guys. There's your reward for all this painful grinding. You know, don't worry. When you get to the tier 10. You won't have to upgrade it at all. Just enjoy what you've earned, you know. But in Cold War, no. You got your top tank, but you still got to grind lots and lots to get it fully upgraded. It's like part of the reason why you grind is to actually use that tank for a while. I don't realise I was actually on my own. This was a very bad call from me. This guy's just coming up. I'm thinking, oh, this is game over. Track him. I don't know why I'm tracking him, to be honest. I don't want him to fluff that shot. But luckily my team is coming to the rescue. Penned him here. Just gonna ram him. Track him in place. Now this guy comes in to try to help finish me off, but yeah, not gonna happen with like half my team here. Bounce that shot. Track him, but don't pen him. Not doing too good in this kind of battle here. But finally my team are here to distract them, so I'm actually doing some damage. As you can see, we've got 6,000 combined, at least, right? The turret is damaged, but is there any need to really replace it? No, it's no need. Again, average game for this. It's about 6,500. Yeah, epic victory. We didn't come in the top 3 again. There you go. Again, we're still not fully upgraded in this one. This might have been set before the other one, actually. This game. And we're in the BMP 3 again. Just showing it off. As you can see, reload is... And yeah, unfortunately we haven't got premium rounds in, because I must have just upgraded the gun, maybe? Didn't re-equip the ammo. So yeah, a little bit unlucky from that point of view. But we're pushing, just hoping that my team comes this way, because it would be a bit annoying if they don't. Because that is one of the problems in this game. It's like you push into a position, you don't realise that your team hasn't come your way. And then you just get swamped by enemy tanks and you're taken out of the game pretty sharpish. So that's not much fun. There's always someone looking at me when I'm poking here. So a little bit annoying. And this guy, not sure what he's doing. Of course, do nothing but tracking damage. And bouncing basically half the shots. And this is why whenever you play this game, play this tank, you lose money. Because I load full premium just to make sure I actually do some damage with my minigun. And obviously that costs a lot of money, of course. Now it gives me free reign. Okay. So I'll get about 1,000 damage, and he gets, yeah, he gets a bit of damage off me, but just waiting for an opportunity. But someone is, I guess that guy that I hit is a bit triggered, so he's constantly looking my way. I'm not getting a chance to do anything here. As you can see, even though I'm the light tank, I'm not getting any real damage here. There's a missile come in. Constantly being looked at. Obviously, I cannot take any hits. Of course, he manages to get... Just... I don't know. I must have really annoyed some people on this team, because they're constantly looking at me. But I've got 2,000, you know? I'm getting a little bit assisted here. We're going to push in with our team. As you can see, we've got 12 missiles left. And honestly, I do kind of forget about them a little bit. I mean, I don't forget about them, but I just got to remember my ATGMs are my main gun. That this is like the pop guns you get in Second World War, secondary guns that don't really waste a missile. But yeah, missiles, it's all about the missiles. And yeah, I don't particularly like using them particularly. I don't particularly think they're a good part of the game, but you know, that's just the way the game is at the moment. Like I said, this game, Cold War, just goes so fast. The games just, you know, disappear. We're going to push in. Well, actually in the lead. I don't know why my rest of my team didn't push down so quick, but we're going to try to get obviously an ATGM into this guy to get maximum amount of damage we can before the end of the game. I'm just going to let him hit me now, because why would I not? Missiles load pretty damn quickly, and we popped in at the end of the game. So 6,500 damage, combined damage. That's pretty good. We'll come top of the team for that result. It's only got a second class. Like I said, I do not specialize in ATGMs. I know there's some really good players with the ATGMs, but yeah, just not really my thing. I don't particularly like them in the game. I just think they result in YOLOing a lot, and they get rewarded for that, and that's gonna basically, these people who have maybe just come into the game to play Cold War, and then maybe migrate to the Second World War. It's going to lead to some bad times, really. Because they're just going to be like, oh, I can YOLO. I just do what I did in Cold War. And, you know, it's just not how the games should be. As you can see, in the... Oh, just a shame I didn't be able to ram him to death. But that guy didn't have such a good game. Just seeing if that tank's in the rear of us again still. Putting a lovely shot into him as he is crossing there. And this seems just like a more dynamic game, right? We're poking, we're rocking backwards and forwards, trying to bounce, and it's that very broken tank there that even with premium rounds you can't pen. Fantastic wargaming, well done. You literally have to get around the side of this guy to do any real damage to it. The thing is, in Cold War, I tend not to use Hesh or HE very often. I don't even load it, as you can see, bouncing still. Brilliant. It's taking about 4-5 tanks to actually do any damage to this guy. Now, drive wheel is one of the only weak points, and it's still difficult to get, as you can see. And that is the problem. Is like, yeah, frontally, HE and Hesh and that kind of thing is the only kind of way of doing any damage. As you can see, how many tanks are on this guy, and all of our tanks are struggling to pen it. It's ridiculous. Such a broken tank. And of course, that leads us to actually kind of start losing the game, because half our team is occupied on just killing one tank, while the rest of their team can swamp our other players. But I'm glad he got taken out. You know, I hate. You know, there's a reason why you see a lot of these tanks. It's because they know they're going to have good games in them. You know, no matter what happens, they're going to have pretty damn good games, because the enemy's going to struggle to pen. As you see, we've used a lot of our ammunition in this game. I've just missed a missile that coming in there, which, yeah, we saw this guy creeping up on us. He managed to put a massive hit into us. Very unfortunate. We try to keep him tracked, but unfortunately, little point in doing that, because none of our team is really helping here. But we are on the way out by the looks of things. As you can see, we've got 1,000 damage. Only a bit assisted, and that's after tracking that guy over and over and over again, because no one could do any damage to him. Just trying to finish this guy off. And he stupidly pulls back. Now, if he stayed face-hugging me, he probably could have killed me there, but, yeah. As you can see, we're only on 79 health, and there's 2 tanks left. So, might as well just do some ramming damage, right? We got, about 8,500 combined damage there. And that was a good game, but, I tend to have my good games on losing games, for some reason. I have no idea why. Just seems to be the way. So, quite unfortunate, to be honest. As you can see, we got no medals from that, unfortunately. But yeah, it was still upgrading the tank. And this last game, I believe, is it last game? Is in the awful Cold Panther, which I actually won from a chest. It is a tank I've actually wanted for a while, so I'm happy to have this. For those who don't know, it's basically a Panther hull on a tier 7 light tank with a very small turret and gun, so it can go very fast, and it's good at ramming, which I have actually just built it for the memes. I built it for ramming damage, and just to have a bit of a laugh in. But even so, it's quite a competitive tank. So I've been having quite good games in it, to be honest, and been enjoying it. Back to actually playing some World War II, which is nice. Because although I finished 2 Cold War tank lines, there's 2 more I want to do, and I'm still going up. I'm still going up the Leopard line. I want to go up the Russian Heavy line, and I want to go up the French line, just because that auto cannon those tanks can get. I think it'd be quite fun, a bit different. For the Russian Heavy, I am considering just not playing it and just get, using all my gold that I collect to fast track it all the way up to the top. But I'm not sure. So yeah. And the thing is, I've got those lines to do. So there's basically 3 lines on the Cold War. I've got to finish my Italian TD in World War II, and also want to go down the double barrel tanks because they're different, and I want to use something that's different. So I've got to go up that line, and I actually want to go down the Italian heavy line as well. So that's 6 lines I want to go down at the moment, and that's it's very daunting, to be honest, because I just kind of want to play. Because I've got so many tanks, I just want to play the tanks, that are fun. I don't really want to play these stock tanks and grinding up these stock lines. Because I did that a long time ago. Got through most of the lines I wanted to get through. If there were any more lines I wanted to go through, I'll just kind of free XP them. And just play once I did that, I was like, I'm just playing the tanks I want to play. Just going through my tech trees and my tank lines and just having fun. And that's kind of what I want to do. But I do at the same time want to do these tank lines and have these tanks in my collection. So I'm a bit of a crossroads right now. We stayed at a position even though the artillery had dibs on us, because I didn't think it had the angle to hit me, and luckily I was correct, else that could have been very painful. But it was a bit of a risk, but we enjoyed it. As you can see, we haven't really done that much in this game. We haven't got the backup here. I am pushing, which is seems like a bad idea, but this guy is just sitting on the cap, which is fine. I thought he'd get taken out by a TD, but that guy doesn't. We're spotting up the enemy team here. So I am not playing sensibly here, This isn't what I should really be doing. I guess in this tank it's probably a bit stock maybe, but as you can see, we do not do much damage. This is a very tiny gun. What we want to be doing in this tank is spotting and ramming, really. And this, I think, is pretty much why this tank was built for in the first place in World of Tanks, because it's not the best light tank because it's quite the big chunker, and it's got a pea shooter, so you're not doing much damage. So it's just fired, so we are gonna ram. We actually probably not the best tank to ram. If I didn't have my equipment on, that might have been even more painful. Might have even been close to getting myself killed there, but I enjoyed it. Enjoyed doing a ram on a artillery piece, that's for sure. So we got 3 kills. about 3,000 combined damage on a in a tier 7. That's not bad, to be honest. And like I said, I've been enjoying this tank a fair amount. So we're going to push up here, trying to finish off these last 2 tanks. Unlikely to get there in time, but we are a light tank, so we're getting up a bit of speed here. And we're getting up to 60 miles an hour here, 63 even. In World War II in a tier 7, which is very nice. You don't see that very often, even when you're in a tier 10. So it's got the speed. We can get around the... someone's got in the cap. Possibly. And that's why you can't trust your team too much, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, you might be 6 tanks up compared to their 2, but you don't know how many hit points your own tanks are on. Your tanks could all be one-shots. Obviously not in this case, but it's a possibility, right? So you really want to be trying your hardest at all times to be doing your best. And, you know, a little bit of a meme there. I didn't really play particularly seriously, but got a first class. Not sure quite how I did that, but there you go. I think it's more kills than anything. And no, we have actually got one more game. It's a Cold War game, so it's only going to be lasting like 3 to 5 minutes, as most Cold War games do at the moment. And yeah, we're in our Leopard 1. This is the one remaining line that I'm actually going up at the moment. And we'll just come into the same position again, just to see what is there. This forward is looking in my direction. Lovely hit into him, our first hit. We've got this guy coming up, and we actually haven't got the support I would liked. So I'm a little bit concerned here. This guy's taking me one-on-one. Not really something I want to be doing. Kind of hoping that we'll get another medium to come and support me at this point. And we take that guy out. We take a hit, but we take a tank out. That's important. And we put another hit into that guy. Is it Leopard underneath me seems to have lost interest in me. He's a higher tank than me. I am I think a first tank in era 2, and the other one guy underneath me is in era 2 second tank in that line. We got this guy to support us, so we're gonna come in. He is not paying attention to the tank in front of me. I'm tracking this guy. Yeah, he's still not paying attention to him. Okay. Fine. Didn't do any damage because it's that OP FV411. Yeah, I think we bounced then. Yeah, because, you know, wargaming. And that's quite an old premium tank now, and it's still pretty, I'd say, a little bit broken. Not too bad these days. Like I said, there's worse tanks out there, but that's not really something they should be proud of. And of course, this guy is just looking at me because I am easy to kill. Lightly armored. I track him in place. No one seems to be shooting him as usual. I'm going to have to do the damage. Again, everyone seems to be ignoring this guy. Luckily, he's taken his attention from me to someone else, but I'm not sure why, to be honest, because he could have taken me out, considering everyone was ignoring him. I'm trying to get the rear of this guy because I might be able to set him on fire. Yeah, and luckily, just to hid behind that building was enough. I don't know where he's gone. There he is. Nice hit into him. Getting aimed at by someone. I think it's him again. Ignored the people in front of him to try to take me out. Didn't work out for him, luckily. Was unlikely to get that one. As you can see, we've got 6,000 damage combined, just over. Just the one kill, but we're going to push up and try to take this guy out. Unlikely, of course. Like I said, there are faster, better tanks in this game than me. As you can see, this guy, the bandit, is only getting is faster than me. As you can see, we use quite a bit of ammunition. None of my premium rounds, I don't think, which is nice. So I should make a bit of money in this game as well. Just firing normal rounds. But we'll see, right? They have obviously reduced the silver earning in this game, which has hurt my back pocket a little bit, considering the BMP3 uses premium rounds only. And we didn't get there in time. Anyway, if you did like this video, guys, give it a like and subscribe, because that really helped me out. Because I'll be bringing you more replays in the near future. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.